Imagine this. You find the perfect home. A large rustic farmhouse built centuries ago, sitting on 8 acres of quiet land in the countryside of Rhode Island. It's 1971, and Roger and Carolyn Perron believe they've found the place where their family of 7 can finally live in peace. But peace was the last thing they would ever know. What awaited them inside this house wasn't a new beginning. It was a nightmare that would later inspire one of the most chilling films of all time, The Conjuring. The first day should have been a celebration. The Perrons moved in with their 5 daughters, Andrea, Nancy, Christine, Cindy, and April. The girls ran through the rooms, exploring their new home. But the joy was cut short. Almost immediately, strange things began to happen. Doors creaked open by themselves. A broom vanished, only to reappear in a completely different room. Piles of dirt appeared on the floor moments after Carolyn had finished cleaning. At first, the family brushed it off. Old houses make noises, they told themselves. But as days turned into weeks, the disturbances grew darker. At night, the girls began to whisper to each other about the shadows. Cindy claimed she saw figures moving in the hallway. Christine felt icy fingers brushing against her face while she slept. One night, Andrea woke up to see a woman standing at the edge of her bed. But something was wrong. The woman's head hung at an unnatural angle, as if her neck had been broken. Soon, all 5 daughters reported seeing spirits. Some harmless, others terrifying. The Perrons realized they were not alone. The activity inside the farmhouse became violent. Doors slammed with incredible force. The smell of rotting flesh filled the rooms. Furniture scraped across the floor on its own. One daughter claimed she felt something invisible tugging at her hair before throwing her across the bedroom. Another described a dark mist that seemed to hover above her bed every night. Carolyn herself began to weaken. She suffered mysterious marks and bruises that appeared overnight. At times, she felt as though someone, or something, was piercing her skin with a needle. Bathsheba wasn't just haunting the house. She was attacking the mother of the family directly. Desperate and terrified, the Perrons reached out to paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. When the Warrens arrived, Lorraine immediately sensed a dark, oppressive energy. She claimed she could see Bathsheba's presence, a furious spirit that had latched onto Carolyn. According to Lorraine, Bathsheba wanted to drive Carolyn insane, or worse, to claim her soul. The Warrens decided to perform a séance to confront the spirit. The family gathered in the farmhouse as the Warrens attempted to make contact. What happened next was chaos. Carolyn's body twisted violently, her voice shifting into guttural, inhuman tones. The children screamed as they watched their mother thrown across the room by an invisible force. Furniture shook, lights flickered, and the atmosphere became suffocating. Andrea Perron, the eldest daughter, later described that night. "I thought I was going to lose my mother. What we saw was beyond human understanding." The séance nearly destroyed Carolyn. The Warrens eventually forced the ritual to end, but the spirit did not leave. Bathsheba remained. Despite the haunting, the Perrons couldn't afford to move. They stayed in that house for nearly 10 years, enduring constant fear. Each daughter carried her own scars, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Andrea later wrote in her book, House of Darkness, House of Light, that what happened inside that farmhouse was far worse than anything shown in The Conjuring. She said, "The things we experienced were too terrifying to ever fully capture on film. The movie told a story, but not the whole story. Some things were too dark, too real to ever share completely." The Perron family eventually escaped the farmhouse, but the memories never left them. To this day, many believe Bathsheba's spirit still roams that land, cursing anyone who dares to live there. So, the next time you watch The Conjuring, remember, it isn't just a movie. It is the true account of a family trapped in a nightmare they could never wake up from. A nightmare that proves some houses aren't homes, they're prisons. And for the Perrons, that farmhouse was their American nightmare. If this story chilled you, hit subscribe to American Nightmare, because the scariest stories are the ones that really happened.